Hi everybody and welcome down to English Park for the second leg of the Southern League playoff between Universities AFC and Roslyn Wakari AFC. First leg finished a 2-2 draw down in Dunedin, so we've now come up to Christchurch with the scores all square, ready for the second leg. The winner does achieve promotion up to the Southern League for next season. I'll start us off with the lineups. What is looking to be a 3-5-2 for Roslyn Wakari AFC. We'll have a back three of Dominic Madden, number 16, Nick Treadwell, and number 7, and the captain, Shay Tom. In holding midfield, Sam Cosgrove and Cam Clark will be the partnership, and just ahead of them, Luke Salisbury. On the left-hand side will be number 18, Josh Lucas. On the right will be number 14, Nathan Wilkie. And up front will be Callum Smith and Simbarashe Muunganira. The Universities lineup. Likely to be in a 4-2-3-1 with a centre-back pairing of Max McGuinness and Charles Kirby, with a left-back of Hamish Campman and right-back of Jackson Hughes. Holding midfielders would be Charlie Bailey and Nicholas Smith. Ahead of them in the number 10 role would be Hemi Innes. Right wing would be Charlie Peacock with the left wing of Callan Richards, and at striker and captain Stu Campbell. Should be a very, very interesting game down here at English Park. The weather has really turned it on. It is a little bit windy out there, coming across the pitch, so we'll see how that can affect the game going forward. Roslyn Wakari finished second in the Southland League, Dunedin Premier League, I think it may be called. But the fact that Mosgiel declined the opportunity to enter the playoffs to go into the Southern League, they have stepped up, and they are deservedly there on merit, as they did only lose one game throughout the whole season, which was to Mosgiel earlier on in the year. So they very much deserve to be here, regardless of what some people have said throughout the last couple of weeks. They are a very tough side and very, very strong and physical side, so they will be looking to assert their dominance early on and then continue that throughout the game. The man in the middle and the referee for this game, Mike Killick, very experienced referee, knows exactly what the game is all about and should be doing a great job here. Assisting him on the lines are Regan Preston and Liam Haxton, with the fourth official today, Aaron Nottage. Quite an experienced official team today, so they will call it as they see it and should be a great game. Mike Killick does like to let it flow as much as he possibly can, so we might see a bit of that, or he might tighten it up and make sure that the fouls are called as and when they should be. And we kick off now with the ball heading to the right wing back. Nathan Wilkie there. Is that Nathan Wilkie? Might have changed that up here. It looks like they're going to a back four, which is a little bit different to what was announced. Stu Campbell finds Innes in there, who breaks free of his two players and looks to get it out wide to Charlie Peacock, who can't quite get there. And the long ball comes over. Charlie Kirby playing it out there. Stu Campbell running it down and chasing it down back to the keeper, who then looks for safety more than anything else. You need to pick up the ball here, try and play it down the line, but it's picked out by Simba. It also does look like Callum Smith has dropped into that number 10 attacking midfield position as opposed to playing up front. Almost looks to be a little bit more of a 4-1-4-1 rather than a 3-5-2 for Roslyn. A little bit of ping-pong in the middle of the field there before it tries to get switched out. Callum Smith on the ball now, who then plays it back to where it came and is picked up there by Hamish Campman. Plays a bit of a dodgy ball back, but University's come away with it quite cleanly, and a foul given up there by Roslyn. Callum Smith's an interesting one for Roslyn Wakari, number 10. He is an ex-FC 2011 and ex-Fermi Bay's first team player here in Christchurch. So he knows the leagues here really quite well and is, I think, an ex-Canterbury youth player as well. So he very, very good player and definitely a key player for Roslyn Wakari. And there's a foul there going towards Uni for a push in the back. About about 35, 40 yards out. Sending all the big men up into the box there now, including Charlie Kirby. And there's Kirby onto it, who heads it back across the box, and it is offside, unfortunately, for Universities. Quickly played there by Tom Stevens, as Roslyn looked to go out wide and then back through the middle. Calls for a handball there, nothing given by referee Mike Killick. Small mix up there for Roslyn, but they come away with it quite cleanly. Luke Salisbury was on it, he gives it off. And the ball goes down the right hand side now. He looks inside, but pass is not complete, and it makes its way all the way back to Matt Aitchison in the uni goal. Very eccentric kind of personality is Matt Aitchison. Fits in well with the uni environment. Charlie Peacock was calling for a foul a couple of times there. I thought maybe could have been one, but not given by referee Kelly. Lovely little bit of play there, but unfortunately Peacock's ball down the line goes straight into touch. Now a bit of info with the uni coaching staff here. Anthony O'Connor, who is their usual head coach, is currently just entering New Zealand airspace. He is on a plane coming back from Europe on the final leg of his flight from Sydney into Christchurch, running about 40 minutes late from the posted time, but is hopefully going to be here by half time for the uni lads as the ball goes out again for a uni throw. So Benjamin Ellis taking control of the side once again today, looking to continue his run of good results and trying to get out of the other side of this game with a victory. So as to see the Universities team head up to the Southern League for the first time. Luke Salisbury with a throw down the line, finds the feet. Innes looks for Stu Campbell's feet and finds it, and he gets it off to Charlie Peacock, who's now coming down the right-hand side. Looking to get around his man there. Has that man brought him down? It is a foul, and Mike Killick shows the yellow card for the captain, Shay Tom, getting his arm around him. Shay Tom trying to state that it was going both ways, but Mike Killick has called the foul. He's not going to change his mind in a hurry, and now having to split up what seems to be just a small brouhaha. And they're very close to being inside the box there, but I do believe contact was made just outside of the box. So it's a dangerous free kick here for Universities. First real chance of the game. And on that note, there is one other Universities member that is missing, who is sitting in Changi Airport in Singapore at the moment. So I do believe he is watching this. He said he was. Matt Hodgett, the UC president, sitting in the airport there watching this live stream today, hoping that his club and his team will be able to get the result needed to push them up into the Southern League. Again, for the first time it will be for Universities. Hemi Innes and Kellen Richards lining up this free kick. Just take a little break for treatment here. University's crowd here today are quite a raucous bunch. Very excited to try and get up into that Southern League position. Very raucous indeed over here to my left-hand side, making a good chunk of noise. It's good to see some real atmosphere here in our local Christchurch football. As long as it doesn't go over the top and get too aggressive, we're more than happy about it. Free kick being lined up now that the treatment is over. It skips it. Kellen Richards hits the ball, it comes clear. Jimenez first to it. Oh, and is clattered. That looked to be a foul, but it's play on by referee Mike Killick. Max McGuinness plays it back to Aitchison, who is pressed quite sharply and has to put it out of play for a throw-in. A little bit of a dodgy pass there by McGuinness. But H handles it about as well as he could, really, without putting himself under too much pressure. Throw goes straight to the University's player. Is that Charlie Bailey was with the ball there. Scored a couple in recent games for them as he gets down to the line and just gets to the ball, keeping it in play. Looks for a cross into the box, crossed it in, but it goes straight to a Roslyn Wakari player who clears it out. Nick Treadwell really trying to bully it around up the top there for Roslyn. And it's a 1-2 for Stu Campbell, who has played most of his uni career at centre back or right back, but has done a very good job for them at striker this year, having only lost 2 games throughout the whole season. 1 game throughout the season. So both of these teams having only lost 1 game throughout the regular season really makes for a very interesting game here today, and it has been for the first 8.5 minutes of this tie. Aggregate score still 2-all, 0-all here on the day. As the ball gets, oh, that is a phenomenal ball through there to Charlie Bailey, but looking for Stu Campbell, but not quite getting the pass right on that one. Stevens goes long, looking for Threadwell again, goes over the top of him and finds its way all the way back at Matt Aitchison's feet. Plays it forward to Ennis, who is very good at picking up in those little pockets in between lines. McGuinness on it now, and that is Haley on it, who looks for Peacock, but the ball is a little bit off radar with that one. Stevens again looking long, very much looking to go long each time he's got the ball at his feet is Tom Stevens. And out here for a Roslyn throw-in. Luke Salisbury gets it in. Oh, that is a very good run there by Dominic Madden, but interrupted by McGuinness. Finds his way back at H's feet, who looks short once again. It's interesting to see both keepers going different ways, one playing it short and one who seems to be continuously looking for the long ball. Long ball there for Stu Campbell, but he was quite significantly offside, hence he did not go for it with any vigour. And the ball goes out again for a University's throw on the far side of the pitch. The wind is deceptively strong out there, so that will have an effect at some point on the game. Maybe not during general play, but there may be 1 or 2 instances where a ball goes a little bit further or a little bit less than first thought. And here comes Roslyn Wakari here, Callum Smith on the ball there, who gives it off to Simba Muunganira and finds its way to Matt Aitchison in goal, who again drops it short. And they look to play out once again. Through Charlie Kirby that. Plays forward. Very big miss hit there by Roslyn centre back. Gets back to the keeper. Some shouts from the crowd for a pass back there, but was never a pass back there. Did not intend to play that back to the keeper, that is for sure. Another long ball here by Roslyn. Very much seems to be their tactic for this game. And a foul there called by referee Killick. Just a little bit rough there in on Threadwell was Nick Smith. Good 35, 40 yards out this free kick. In it comes, and flicked on there by Sam Cosgrove, but very easy for Aitchison in goal, who goes long this time. First time I think I've seen him go long in this, and that looked like he was climbing all over the back of Charlie Peacock there, as referee Killick agrees with that and gives a free kick. Looked like he was going to go quickly there, but the ball was still moving, Charlie Bailey, but so Hemi Innes comes over and gets on top of this free kick and looks to see what his best option might be. And he does find Charlie Peacock down the line, who was quite unmarked there. He gets round his man, tries to get in the box, but it is blocked and cleared by Roslyn Wakari there. Very interesting game at this point. Two teams with quite differing styles, one looking to play possession style, one looking to play it a bit longer and then play off the big front man in Threadwell. Makes for a very interesting tactical battle between these two sides today. As it's played back to Tom Stevens in the Roslyn goal, and plays it short for the first time. Aitchison just played it long for the first time. Stevens plays it short this time. Just changing it up slightly over the two goalkeepers there. And that's a foul going towards Roslyn. So Cullen Richards given that foul away. Another quite established player here in Christchurch. He's been around the trap, has played for Nomads first team, FC 2011. Has also played for Canterbury Youth a number of years ago. And has just joined up with universities this year. And has quickly become a relatively key player for them throughout the year. And the ball comes in looking for the big man up front. Cleared initially. A little bit of head volleyball there before it gets cleared right out. Nathan Wilkie puts in a high ball. Definitely wind affected as Threadwell looks to get on the end of it. And the ball goes out for a goal kick. Threadwell with the last touch on that. H looking to get it underway quickly, but then comes himself back down and brings it back to his original spot and allows his team to get set. Looking longer for this one. It comes up towards the halfway line, but again Wilkie gets a hold of that. Known as the fastest man in New Zealand, fastest footballer in New Zealand, Nathan Wilkie, as during the summer he does race cars, so known as one of the fastest. And in comes Charlie Peacock here, but he's quickly surrounded by three Roslyn defenders, and it comes back to Tom Stevens in the Roslyn goal. As he then bowls it out to Sam Cosgrove, who gets onto it. It's a bit of rough and tumble in there by universities, getting it through. Nathan Wilkie, who's then looking for Callum Smith, but cannot find him. Comes back to Charlie Kirby, who gives it away straight to Mwungu Anira, and blocked off well again. And that's Charlie Kirby there with a couple of great touches. He continues his run forward. 2 out of that 3 in the front line are naturally centre backs. And Stu Campbell gets onto it, and he's able to keep the ball very well there and finds Innes, who takes a shot from way out, but it sails over the bar. No troubles there for the goalkeeper. While we're waiting for that to get into play, I'm just checking up on the status of the university's coach, Anthony O'Connor, who is landing in Christchurch in about 7 minutes. So I have no doubt that he's going to try and rush through customs and get down to English Park as quickly as he can to see as much of this game as possible. Ball goes back to H, who clears it up and tries to get long. Doesn't go quite as far as what I think he was hoping for it. Jackson Hughes there up against Nathan Wilkie. Wilkie gets around him. Hughes tries to get it back. Tries to cut back there, but Max McGuinness steps in. He's able to block it there. Claims for handball, but nothing. And the ball goes through from Callum Smith's cross-come shot straight into Aitchison's hands. Bowls it out there to Catman, who finds Richards. Richards on it now, who tries to find Campbell, but Campbell can't quite get to it. Smith on it now, plays it out here to Josh Lucas it was. And Shay Tom plays it again to his centre-back partner. And a nothing ball there comes all the way through to H again. Wants to rebuild the attack straight away. Max McGuinness starts to drive forward, looks for a ball forward. Stu Campbell a little bit lax on getting to that. Man coming through from behind him, winning the ball off him. Sam Cosgrove there, giving it off to Nathan Wilkie. Comes back here to Shay Tom. Stu Campbell did very well there to block the pass off to the other centre back. Sam Cosgrove looking for that one. Luke Salisbury with a throw in there. Does not find Threadwell, but it is up rather than out. And Salisbury has the ball again. Ball out off Jackson Hughes there for a throw in to Roslyn. Salisbury throws it in, finds Threadwell's feet this time. As Innes picks it up, who tries to find Peacock, but the ball is out of play once again for another throw to Roslyn Wakari. A couple of minutes of pressure down this left-hand side for Roslyn as it comes off Threadwell's chest. Simba gets on the ball. Muwanganirwa. Threadwell bashes it against the uni player and it goes out for another Roslyn throw for Luke Salisbury. Threadwell looks to get it into the box, but can't get past the University defence. Stu Campbell there struggling with Shay Tom. And the ball is out there again off Sam Cosgrove this time, so it is a University's throw, which Jackson Hughes will pick the ball up for. Looking for a throw straight down the line. But the wind affected, that ball heads straight back out after going into play. So it is then a Roslyn Wakari throw in to Luke Salisbury. This time it's out for a University throw, which Jackson Hughes comes across to take. Down the line, again straight to a Roslyn player, but Hemi Eunice briefly wins it off. Back to Luke Salisbury here. He's got a little bit of time. Tries to go around Charlie Peacock. And it's back out for another Roslyn Wakari throw. Salisbury on it once again. He looks for that throw across Callum Smith. Callum Smith tries to hook it in, but it goes out for a Roslyn Wakari corner. Off the boot of Nick Smith. Dangerous chance here for Roslyn Wakari. They do have a few big bits of meat into the box there. Nick Threadwell, not the least of them. The starting striker for Roslyn Wakari today. Shay Tom looks to put it into the box. And I think that was slightly wind affected, that corner, and it goes straight out into the side netting for a goal kick. The crowd giving as much grief as they can to the Roslyn Wakari players. And one in the air there by Salisbury over Peacock. And Hughes with a throw in again. Tries to find Peacock. This time goes in beyond him, looking for Stu Campbell. It does go out of Shea Tom. Did look like he was trying to slow down the play there. Of course, that is up to the referee's choice as to what to do in that sort of scenario. Hughes plays it off. Wanira for another throw, which Hughes again picks up. Looks for Campbell's feet, unable to get to him that time. Threadwell able to win that header ahead of McGuinness. And it comes out to Sam Cosgrove on the ball now. Comes inside to Cullen Smith, one of the danger men for Roslyn. Wanganira with it. Plays it off to Sorcery, back to Wanganira. And Tom plays it forward to Threadwell. He's back to goal. A little bit of a dive in there on Nick Smith, but Smith comes away with it. Looking for, I do believe that is Richards there on that far side, who looks for a ball into the box. Gets it, comes to Charlie Peacock, who hits it. Oh, not quite the finishing touch there needed by Charlie Bailey to put that in the net. But very dangerous play shown there by University's AFC. Oh, slip there by Charlie Kirby. Almost allowed Threadwell to pick up the ball and get on it a bit more comfortably, but here he is again picking it up. And ball going out there off Wilkie. Campman throws the ball in to Richards. Goes inside, finds Innes, probably one of the biggest danger men for Universities in this game. But cannot find Richards on that one. Stevens tries to go long, but goes up rather than far. Smith takes a touch and then loses it there. Innes goes to close down the Roslyn player on that far side. Wanganira, Niwa was looking for, but the ball comes out on this near side for Jackson Hughes to take yet another throw in. The wind is blowing towards us here in the commentary position at English Park, so having the ball going out this often on the near side is not really a big surprise for us here today. Well, that is great play there by Charlie Bailey and wins the foul. Tries to get the crowd racked up with him. In my opinion, I don't think the crowd need any more racking up. They're very excited to be here as it is. But the tougher they can make it for these Roslyn Wakari players, the better it is for them, it would seem. Plays it short to H, does McGuinness. Cross to Kirby. Kirby then looks long, finds Richards' head. And then it's given away and the ball comes back out to Tom Stevens in the Roslyn goal. Another long ball there by Roslyn. Campman gets it under control and gives it off. Richards tries to find a player inside but cannot find them. Campman again with a throw. Told to take it back a few yards by the referee. And then throws it down the line looking for Innes. Can't win it, but then wins the second ball. Very well done there by Campman. Finds Nick Smith, who then comes out to McGuinness. McGuinness plays it forward to Charlie Bailey, who then tries to find Innes, but not quite the right amount of pressure on the pass, nor the direction. Definitely enterprising play, though, by Universities. They have looked better in the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes, especially going forward. We're now just over halfway through this first half. Tom Stevens takes his time and finally sends it long. And it's won there by Charlie Bailey in the midfield. Richards picks it up, and here's Bailey again. who plays it over the top looking for Hennis, but it's just a little bit too far for him, and Tom Stevens is quick off his line to cut that one out. Richards with a lovely little touch to try and keep possession there. It ends up losing out, and the ball being played down the line to nobody for Roslyn, as Bailey picks it back up again. Or very well out there by Tom Stevens again, but the goal is currently open. I do think he was trying to put that a little bit further into the box, but unfortunately not able to make its way all the way there. But it's out again for a throw into Universities. Hamish Campman, ball in hand. Gets it 1-2, but doesn't quite work out. It is nabbed there by the Roslyn Wakari players, and they are looking on the counter, and it is now 3v3. Could argue a 5v4 for Roslyn Wakari, but they've slowed it down, and that pass just doesn't quite come off for them. Smith to Salisbury there, as they try and consolidate this possession in their attacking half of the pitch. McGuinness there with a fantastic intercept, finds Richards out wide, who then plays it inside to Stu Campbell, who's very, very good at retaining possession for this University side. Richards finds Smith inside, who then finds Kirby. Kirby a lot of time on the ball there, tries to find Richards, who tries to play it inside. Unfortunately, nabbed off Campbell there. Comes all the way back to Stevens, who plays it out to Tom, who drives forward with it before giving it off to Mwanganiwa. Smith in the centre of the park, plays it to Cosgrove, and Nathan Wilkie with it on the ball on that far side. Fantastic challenge there by Hamish Campman. Takes the ball and is able to move away with it. Richards, Innes, back to Richards, and inside to Nick Smith. He looks at that big cross ball to Charlie Peacock and finds him right on the button there. Fantastic ball by Nick Smith. Peacock looks to find Stu Campbell and does so. And here is Charlie Bailey on the ball now for University in that final third. Peacock on it, tries to play a 1-2, but doesn't quite come off there for Bailey. Hughes manages to win the throw high up the field here though for Universities, as they try and put pressure on in this final third for an extended period of time. Great touch there by Hemi Innes to take that man out of the play, but it cannons off the Roslyn defender back into Innes and out for a goal kick. 15 minutes to go here in this first half of action. Score is still 0-0. 2-2 on aggregate between these two sides. As Mike Kelly just goes and has a word with the Roslyn striker Threadwell for some reason. Looked like it might have been something to do with the head, but all is fine as we continue the play. Smith with a swivel, playing it out wide. Hughes gets onto it there now. Looks for Peacock, slightly cut out there by Salisbury. Munganiwa ends up finding Tom, who then plays it up to Threadwell up top. Who then looks for Wilkie, and Wilkie gets in on the other side of his man there now. This is what universities need to be careful of. Roslyn do tend to be quite strong on the break. So if they are committing too many forward, it can create holes in the back. As at the moment, it does look like it is 3v3 in the back line, in the University's back line there, or the Roslyn front line, if you will. As the numbers are now evened out to be 5v3. But there is quite a gap between the holding midfielder, Nick Smith, and the other central midfielders higher up the pitch. It's a giant big piece of land in the middle there, which I don't think is ideal for either side. And that ball comes over. Wilkie heads it over the bar. Almost came out of nowhere. That one caught me by surprise a little bit. I just thought it was crossing the box. It would have been dealt with relatively comfortably, but again, the wind in play there, I think, a little bit. It came a little bit further than initially thought, and the player was offside anyway. So getting away with it there. Madden there winning the header. it goes out again for a Roslyn Wakari throw. Salisbury coming forward to take it once again. Crowd giving Salisbury a lot of grief here as he is right in front of the UC faithful. Ooh. Very lucky for that not to be a high foot there on Bailey. Madden putting his bravery to good use there and getting involved with that. Hughes throwing it down the line, gets the peacock. And Bailey wins that second header. Wilkie there, and Cosgrove pressuring McGuinness, who puts it out for a throw-in. Throw-in here taken by Nicholas Wilkie that time. I'm so used to saying Salisbury, I thought it was him again, but not this time. Snapshot there by Salisbury there, and it was very much looking on target, but H gets to it. Catches it quite well. And they're playing the ball down the line. Richards gets off it. And Catman on it now. And Mwanga gets it inside. Oh, dangerous ball in there if that had found Threadwell's feet. Didn't on this occasion, but it ends up at Wilkie, who puts it across. A little bit misplaced that pass. Did not come off his foot quite right as Catman picks it up. And he drives forward. And he plays a ball looking for Campbell in behind, and he is in behind now, 1v1. Oh, and just misses the goal. My word. That was the chance that universities have been searching for this entire 35 minutes. And it falls to the feet of Stuart Campbell, who is outside the box when he takes the hit, but needed to take it when he did. And unfortunately just goes wide of the goal. Very close there for universities. They'll be looking for that to happen on a more regular occurrence as the game wears on. Mwanga winning the ball there, and a great strong challenge there. Threadwell plays a 1-2 with him. Comes back in to find Cosgrove. Cosgrove to Madden. Looking to switch the ball. It does go through the middle with Wilkie. Threadwell then gets it out wide for Callum Smith. Callum Smith on his weaker right foot tries to put it in. Doesn't quite find his man. Cosgrove gets his shot blocked. Great defensive work there by Charlie Bailey. Nick Smith, well done, gets himself out of a tight hole there. Comes out to Charlie Peacock, who can't quite win his ball cleanly. Smith to Madden. Back to Smith. Finds Cosgrove, and Salisbury now on his left-hand side. Salisbury puts a big cross into the box. Very difficult thing to do against this wind that is currently blowing across English Park. Innes picks it up, looks for Peacock in behind, who does look like he is onside. Salisbury is very quick though, and makes up that gap in no time, and it goes out there for a university throw. But Peacock does look like he is hurt here. University's side will hoping that won't be anything too dramatic. It was coming together after the ball was put out for the throw. Trying to see what currently it could be. Is it just that he's winded, perhaps? I think that might be what it would be. As it did look like Salisbury landed on top of him at the end of that scuffle. But a throw in here for universities. Jackson Hughes onto it. Innes tries to get a touch. It's not one of his better ones. Madden picks it up and finds Mwanga. Peacock blocks off the ball down the line from Salisbury, but it goes out for a throw. Into Madden there, who flicks it on for Threadwell, and that is a foul as McGuinness has sort of pushed out into the back and neck of Threadwell. Hard to argue against that foul, although the Uni faithful are definitely letting their voices known about that foul being given. Smith and Salisbury lining it up. Smith now walking away from it for Salisbury. The wind even moving that ball while it was on the ground, while lining up that free kick. Madden there goes out and finds Wilkie, who seems to be switching sides at will at this point. Ball comes in and well cleared. Innes finds Smith's feet. Smith being shut down by Cosgrove has to go back to Aitchison, who on his left foot clears it as high and long as he can. But it finds itself at Salisbury's feet again, and he's got a bit of space, so he takes a shot from a good 30 odd yards out, and it goes well wide. He did connect with it quite well, but not at all on target. We've got about 7 minutes plus stoppages left in this half. Plays it up wide to Kellen Richards, whose touch is just a little bit too far away, and it comes out to Salisbury on this left-hand side for Roslyn Wakari. Across there. Peacock picks up the ball on this right-hand side. Stu Campbell flicks it through for Hemi Innes, and it finds itself to Charlie Peacock on this right-hand side, who crosses it back in, but it is behind Innes and gets to Josh Lucas, who puts it out for another corner for Universities. Colin Richards making his way over. To take this corner. Charlie Bailey trying to make himself an option for a short corner, but is making his way into the box now, or outside the box. Ball comes in deep, and it's a good header. Goes wide. Stevens plays it to Tom, who plays it out to Salisbury in his left back position. Looking for a play forward. Looks to go in behind whilst Wilkie was making the run towards him looking for feet. So it ends up at Aitchison's feet, who plays it out to Kirby, who then looks for Peacock on the opposite side of the field. That wind is definitely helping Peacock there. And it comes through to him, to Peacock again. Open goal! Off the bar! Oh my word! How that has not gone in, I have no idea. Fantastic ball over from Charlie Kirby at centre-back. Peacock wins his header over the top of Luke Salisbury there, then gets around the keeper, tries to slot it side-footed. Great cover there by Shea Tom to block the goal, to stop the easy dribble into the goal. But it comes off the bar and it's not able to be finished off. Wakari then clear it out as far as... Oh, that is a nasty foul there by Nick Threadwell on Charlie Kirby. Yellow card. Less than 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in this half of football. Mike Kelly, the referee, has controlled this game quite well. And like I said, he is a senior official in Christchurch football, and Canterbury football, and New Zealand football as well. He has refereed a few National League games in his time, and he knows what he's doing. Having a quick chat to the Roslyn players now. Might be about some words that have been said, or potentially just a few fouls around the park. It looks like Richards and Kirby both lining up this free kick here. Could be either of them who ends up taking it. I think this might be Richards as he comes in. Lofts it into the box. Good ball! Oh, Jimenez not too far away from it. Can't quite get on the end of it. Tom Stevens taking his time to get the ball back and into play here. Probably just wanting to relieve a little bit of the pressure that has been on the Roslyn Wakari goal over the last 10 to 15 minutes or so. Does the crowd give him a good run up into the kick? He does go long again. Bailey goes up for it. Threadwell ends up winning it on the bounce. Kirby finds Richards, who goes on to find Stu Campbell, University's captain. Campman there touches a little bit far away from him, but does look to win it again. Smith, lovely left-footed ball over, trying to find Kellen Richards, who is almost there and on goal. Madden there, the one to clean that up. Campman here on the ball. Plays it inside, finds Stu Campbell. Tries to claim the foul there. It's not given. Ball falls to Peacock, who puts it on for Jimenez, but it's just a little bit too far and it rolls through to Tom Stevens in the Roslyn goal. Keeps hold of it for about as long as he can before getting it back in, before dropping it at his feet and then going long. Charlie Bailey picking that one up quite comfortably in there, but the header looking for Stu Campbell does not find his feet at all. Looks to be 1 minute of added on time here, I think I noticed. Oh, not quite a great clearance there, but Campman gets onto it and gets it up the line for Richards. Ball on the far side here, thrown in. Easily cleaned up by the University's team. Innes now coming over the near side, finds Peacock out in some space on this right-hand side. He's got Salisbury to get past, tries to get past him, puts the ball into the box. Stu Campbell, not quite there and cleared by Roslyn Wakari. Only as far as Jackson Hughes and then Charlie Bailey, but goes straight into a man. Threadwell picks up the ball there, plays it over to Wilkie. 2 minutes of added time now. Ball comes over, picked up by McGuinness in the University backline. Straight ball through to Innes, who tries to flick it in behind his man, but nobody there to run onto it, unfortunately, for University at this stage. Tom Stevens now just waiting out the time until half-time. Happy to go in at 0-0, it would seem. Makes sense, as they have been under pressure again in the last 10-15 minutes or so. Drops the ball again at his feet, making Stu Campbell come out to him, and then goes long from that. Ball heads out for a Roslyn throw on the far side of the pitch there. Cam Clark with a throw in. Finds Cosgrove, who then goes back to Josh Lucas. Aitchison picks up the loose ball there, and he rolls it out to, or throws it out to Jackson Hughes, who has a bit of real estate in front of him, so he takes up that space. Mwangawira coming in to close him down. Campbell almost losing it there, but does end up getting it to Peacock, who puts in a ball to no one and then gets down on his haunches, holding his shoulder. Didn't look like there was too much connection there between the players, but he's done something to his shoulder there. Well up there by Nick Smith winning that ball. In comes, is that Bailey? Yes, it was. But he plays the ball through. Peacock wasn't ready for, and it comes through to Tom Stevens once again in the Roslyn Wakari goal. And he's more than happy to take up all the time that he can, almost as if he's begging referee Killick to blow for half-time, which he does. That is half-time here at English Park. We head into this Southern League playoff game between Roslyn Wakari AFC and Universities AFC. It is 0-0 at half-time, 2-2 on aggregate. We'll see you in 15 minutes' time for the second half. And welcome back to English Park here for this second leg of the Southern League playoff. Again, the aggregate score from the first game is 2-2, but we are 0-0 here so far in today's game between Universities and Roslyn Wakari. It'll be interesting to know what the coaches of each side said in the dressing rooms at half-time. I do think that the Roslyn Wakari coach team will be happier of the two. And it could just be more of the same for them, but try and carve out a few more chances if possible. University's coaching team, I think they'll be slightly disappointed that the width hasn't been used quite as much as what they would like. And they haven't been able to fashion too many chances. They should possibly be 1-0 up with the chance to Charlie Peacock after he got around the keeper and had almost an empty net to aim for, but unfortunately did hit the crossbar. It wasn't as easy of a chance as what a lot of people would realise, considering there was a player cutting off quite large of an angle to the goal in between Peacock and the goal, but hit the crossbar nonetheless, bounced out, and they were unable to put the ball in the net by the time the play was over. So into half-time at 0-0. Doesn't look to be any changes from either side at this point, as Universities get what looks to be their entire offensive line on the halfway line. Ready for the ball from Innes, and that goes straight out, just like it did for Roslyn Wakari in the first half. The wind really taking that a lot further than what a lot of people do realise. Stu Campbell getting right in and involved with Josh Lucas there. But giving away a foul at the same time. Tom Stevens hits the ball along there and it comes straight back out with Lucas blocking off the ball to Campbell there. And no worries, straight down the line there by Cameron Clark. Looking for Stu Campbell's head there, he gets it back to Hemi Innes. Catman, who finds Campbell again, who finds Charlie Bailey there, who comes back and finds Max McGuinness, who plays it outright for Jackson Hughes, who gets on the ball and plays it. Ooh, that looked like an interesting challenge. Tried to find Nick Smith there, but ball falls to a Roslyn Wakari player, then plays it long to Threadwell, but cleared comfortably by Charlie Kirby. Stu Campbell tries to get onto the end of that, but the Roslyn keeper, Tom Stevens, does very well in cleaning that one up. Ball goes very high in the air as neither player really gets ahead to it. Innes picks it up and plays it back to McGuinness, who finds Jackson Hughes in that right back position. Plays it down the line to Charlie Peacock, who has been very influential thus far in this game. But Mwanganira picks that up, goes inside, finds Callum Smith, who finds Mwanganira again. Falls to Nathan Wilkie there and over the bar by Wilkie. Nothing happening there. Very promising there for the Roslyn Wakari side. And their fans on the far side there next to their technical area, very appreciative of that play. Aitchison looking to get the ball moving quickly, decides against it, and sends the players up. Excuse me there. Catman tries to keep it in, but unfortunately his header only goes straight out for a throw-in. Two balls on the pitch now. As Clark looks to throw the ball in. Tries to find Cosgrove there, and Charlie Bailey picks it up. Looks for the switch to Peacock. Good defending there by Salisbury, cutting that one out. Smith then loses out, and Innes picks it up, but loses it again straight away. Quite scrappy in the middle there. Threadwell with the ball now. Gets tackled by Bailey. Campman looks for the ball down the line. Tries to find Campbell, who is in an offside position. Cameron Clark looking to get the ball back into play after that offside. He hits it long down the line, trying to find Wilkie, tries to get it onto Threadwell. Intercepted by Charles Kobe, and then it goes out for a throw. Nathan Wilkie here picking up some interesting positions, because sometimes he's on the right, and sometimes he's up alongside Threadwell in the attack, especially for the long balls, and puts in a very big throw there. I did not expect that coming from him. It falls to him, and he blasts it halfway to the moon, unfortunately, for Roslyn. Aitchison gets the ball moving again quickly, gets the ball straight back into play. Peacock looking for a push in the back there, but nothing happening. It's Mwanganiwa on the ball now, and plays it into Jackson Hughes and goes out for a corner. For anybody wondering, the Big Red Machine has landed in Christchurch. The coach for Universities, Anthony O'Connor, and he'll be trying to make his way down here as quickly as we can. I wonder if he can give him that added boost that they're after once he arrives. If the crowd's not doing it enough as it is. Very loud and boisterous are the University fans here today, as they were 2 weeks ago against FC Nelson. So we wait for this corner to come in. Certainly taking his time to take it. Ends up playing it short. Back to him now. Ball in. It's a low one. Only half cleared, but Stu Campbell makes sure that it's fully cleared. Peacock picks it up. Tries to play it on again. Comes all the way out as H heads it out for a throw-in. Well done, Aitchison there. Doesn't mind a good traverse outside of his box, does Aitchison? Richards tries to find Innes there, but is cut out. Wilkie on the ball now on this right-hand side. Gets the ball into the box. Easily taken there by Matt Aitchison in the University's goal. Goes long this time, looking for Richards. Easily cut out by Lucas at centre-back. Wilkie back on it again. Campman does well holding it up, but it goes out for a Roslyn throw again. They've certainly come out better in this second half, have Roslyn, after conceding a bit of territory and a bit of possession as that second half wore on, as that first half wore on. But we'll see if they can keep it up in this second half. First 6 minutes have been pretty much all Roslyn Wakari up to this stage, as the ball is then played out for a goal kick with Mwanganiwa looking to get onto the end of it. Aitchison plays it short there to McGuinness, drives forward and tries to pick out his player. Does not come off, but it goes out there off Charlie Peacock. Salisbury in for the throw. Goes to the outside of McGuinness. A little bit of a miscommunication there between him and his centre-back partner, Charlie Kirby. But he then able to find Jackson Hughes, who gets into a scrap of trouble, tries to get himself out of it. Almost does, but not quite fully. Charlie Kirby comes in to ease the pressure for just a little bit. McGuinness picks up the loose ball, looks to go round. Unfortunately, that ball does go out. The crowd bang for a foul against Ennis there by, I think, Cam Clark. But nothing given. It was only a slight touch, and he did try and pull out of as much as he could. As Clark throws it in there to Cosgrove. Goes up to Mwanganiwa, who then lifts the ball out, and it comes back out to Matt Aitchison in the University's goal. Charlie Kirby steps forward, tries to play long, looking for Charlie Bailey. Comes into central midfield again. Nick Smith pressuring Callum Smith there. The Smiths going up against each other. No relation, I believe. On in this game, obviously 2 weeks ago, we had the Newson brothers playing on opposite sides. Don't believe that is the case for the Smiths today. Innes with a poor touch there. One of the few that he may get in this 90 minutes. Ball finds its way as a Threadwell on the left-hand side. Loops it over to Mwanganiwa. And tried to be cleared. Threadwell into Kirby and out for a corner. Another little bit of pressure here applied by the side from Dunedin, Roslyn Wakari, as they seem to be trying to press home this pressured advantage that they've had so far in this second half. They've really come out and looked like they've wanted it more than what the students have today. But that corner goes straight out for a goal kick. Aitchison looks to play it quickly, but then decides against it and is bringing it out to the edge. Does play it relatively quickly, so it doesn't look for a hugely long ball, but that ball does go slightly amiss as Wilkie comes inside off his left foot, bounces through to Aitchison, who then rolls it out here to Kirby and to Campman in this left back spot. He drives on forward, can't find anything, cuts inside to Charlie Bailey, who then finds Campman again, who looks in behind for Kellen Richards. Keepers off his line, can they find somebody in the middle? Not quite on that occasion. Campbell not close enough to it, and Campman there shoots very wide, a little bit high, and nowhere near the goal. Unfortunately for Universities, it is another goal kick. Probably their first enterprising bit of play in this second half, and it almost comes to fruition with something, with a goal at the end of it, and Tom Stevens found a little bit wanting, a little bit in no man's land coming off his line towards the ball there. Campman with a throw in. Finds Smith, who then finds Kirby onto McGuinness at centre back. Then plays the ball forward. A lovely little flick there by Charlie Bailey. Unfortunately, the ball can't quite get through to him. Smith there, Madden on the ball now. Plays it forward to Cosgrove. Cosgrove turns, looks to travel forward, and between Smith and Campman, they almost get it. Smith with a foul on Madden there. So Roslyn Wakari free kick, which Callum Smith wants straight away. Again, an ex-Canterbury United youth player, ex-Fermi Bays for the last couple of seasons, originally from FC 2011. Very, very good technical player. Can definitely put a ball in the box, and that is curling, and it's given as offside against Threadwell there. Very good looking cross there by Callum Smith, it has to be said. And the ball's back in play relatively quickly by Aitchison. Ennis looks to get onto it, but Madden's able to clear that up. Threadwell gets a good touch onto it, picks it up again. Kirby here now versus Moonganiwa. Or H looked like his footing was a little bit off there from that shot from Callum Smith. But he does clear it up cleanly. Nick Smith gets on the ball from Aitchison now. Drives a little bit forward. And then looks for Kellen Richards in behind on this left-hand side. He's all alone out here now, 1v1 with Cam Clark. And Cam Clark able to clean that up for the Roslyn Wakari side. Wanganera on the ball, Cosgrove and Clark again. Clark plays it down the line to essentially nobody, and Kirby picks it up, tries to find Richards again. Clark does well up against him again this time. Threadwell getting it ahead of McGuinness there. Nick Smith now against Callum Smith. That's turning out to be a very good battle in the middle of the park there. As Nick Smith hits it, but it does find Hemi Ennis anyway in a lot of space, and he's going to travel now. Puts in a ball for Stu Campbell, who almost gets around the keeper, but he's offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But lovely enterprising play. And a substitution here for Universities. Jackson Hughes is making well for Hunter Hine. Very attacking fullback is Hunter Hine. Be interesting to see how he goes in this game. I wonder if they're going to try and create that overlap on the right-hand side of Universities. See if they can get him behind just that little bit more. Tom Stevens there, hits it long. Callum Smith holding up his man there. Great hold-up play. Comes over to Moonganiwa. Closely shadowed by Cameron. Gets around him. Does very well. Still on the ball now. Plays it to Callum Smith. Ennis goes over to close him down. Hines' first involvement in the game. Sees the ball going out for a goal kick. Or for a corner kick. My apologies. It looked like it was a goal kick at first for Roslyn Wakari, as his man did get in front of him to try and block it off, but not quite able to complete the task. He was able to. Last few corners from Roslyn have been straight into the side netting. This time they have a left footer taking it from the left-hand side, so an out swinger would be the ordinary ball played. As they put it into the box, this one goes straight out for a goal kick as well. The set-piece delivery, especially from that corner side, has been incredibly poor from Roslyn, but Uni tried to get it away quickly again there, but have put themselves in a fair bit of trouble. Threadwell taking a shot, Aitchison making the save, and a ball going out for another corner kick on this near side this time. Threadwell down with what looks to be an injury. Does not look comfortable there. He is shuffling and moving around quite a bit. Hopefully he'll be okay. He does not look in any kind of comfort at all. He's trying to stand now. Would be a shame for Roslyn if he did go off, because he has had quite a good game in my opinion. He's held the ball up quite well. Doesn't need any treatment, so no physio on. So he's going to try and continue on. Could just be that he's taking a little bit of a knock, a little bit of a Charlie. Hopefully it's nothing serious for him. As Callum Smith lines up the corner and it comes. It is high, but not far, or Roslyn player coming flying for it. Comes out to Richards on this near side, who then puts in a bit of a nothing ball that only finds Cam Clark. But it does go out for a University throw-in on this near side, as there was a little bit of pressure there. Cam Clark backing into Stu Campbell there. It comes off Clark and out for another University throw. Campman goes forward to take it. And he finds Nick Smith. Nick Smith on it, who then finds McGuinness. McGuinness travels a little bit, Threadwell closing in on him. And he gives it straight to Callum Smith, who then finds Mwanga, who looks for Smith again. Oh, Nick Smith got away with that one there, I think. Very, very lucky. A little bit of miscommunication between him and Matt Aitchison in goal. But they come out with it with their clean sheet still intact. And Hine on the ball now as he plays it back to McGuinness. And he brings it forward. Ennis back to McGuinness, who then plays it out to Kirby on this near side, who's got a lot of time and space, and he brings it forward. Tries to look for Campman on this left-hand side, but only finds Cam Clark of Roslyn. Pushes forward there. Richards picks it up. Comes back to find Charlie Bailey. Tries to get around his man. Is not quite able to, but Smith comes in to mop it up. Ennis now gets it on the half turn, and that's a great ball through there for Bailey, but straight at the keeper, Tom Stevens, who says, "Thank you very much, I'll have that, we'll have the ball, and we're going to play with it for a bit." Throws it out to Cam Clark at right back. Tries to play down the line, is unable to find anyone. Great clean up there by Charlie Kirby. Comes back to Cam Clark. Cam somehow wins it with either his shoulder or his head there. Not sure he meant to do that, but they've gotten the ball again, so they'll take it. But a bit of a nothing ball. Ooh, no foul there. I did think he got the ball, so he's gotten away with that. Unlucky there for Stu Campbell. Charlie Peacock picks up the ball there of Nathan Wilkie. That looked like it could have been a foul just there. They're playing on. He's got advantage. Peacock's still on it. Peacock comes over. Great ball to find Callan Richards here on this left-hand side. He's got a lot of time. Is he using up a little bit too much? Perhaps so, as there was a block made by Cam Clark on it. Invited a little bit too much of that pressure, I think. And it bounces out for a throw-in. He may be signalling, yes, Callum Richards is signalling for a sub, which means Luke Whitwell may be coming onto the pitch soonly, who is more of a natural left winger than what Callum Richards is. Richards, usually a left back, plays central midfield quite a lot, but has been asked to do a job at left wing for a few times now for the university side. And has done so today, but it looks like he's had about enough for today. Did look like he was holding his hamstring a little bit, so that could be what's bothering him. Timmy Ennis picks up the ball with a couple of lovely touches there and plays it in for Charlie Peacock. Can he make it there? Yes, comfortably does. Plays it into the box for Stu Campbell. It comes through again. No, Cam Clark. Safety first, gets that clear. Throw comes in from Campman. He finds Campbell. Nothing quite happening there. Was that a foul against Peacock? No, the referee says no. Play on. No foul there. Comes out to Morganiwa. Just tries to get it back under control a little bit to Cosgrove. Morganiwa back to Cosgrove again. And through to Callum Smith, who's got a little bit of time and space now, but he plays it out to the left winger there. I think that's Wilkie on the ball there. As I said, he's been popping up all sides of the pitch, all over the pitch in attacking areas as Nathan Wilkie. It's hard to keep I'd love to see his heat map if he had one. It's hard to keep a hold of him as to where he ends up on the pitch. But it is another Roslyn Wakari corner from the far side. The last three have gone straight out for a goal kick. So we'll see how this one does, taken by Cameron Clark. And he comes now. Again, it's a near post one. It's a much better corner than the previous few, though. This one stayed in, which is always a bit of a bonus for a corner. Defender jumps in, ball comes in again, and it's a header. Clear, well done there by the Uni defenders. And Nathan Wilkie just sees that ball out. Now he's got a long throw to Nathan Wilkie, but universities are making a change here. And just as I thought, it is Luke Whitwell coming on, and Kellen Richards making way for him. Very good attacking player is Luke Whitwell. It'll be interesting to see what kind of dynamic he'll bring to this side. And the throw comes in there by Wilkie, and Whitwell straight into play as soon as he comes on. Looking to get down to the line. Looks to find Campbell. Campbell swamped by 3 Roslyn Wakari players though. And that's a foul to Roslyn Wakari. It did look like Stu Campbell was taken in the head there, but I would say that the foul is for a couple of seconds after Stu Campbell got taken to the head, as it was, should we say, rather agricultural challenge there by the Uni players. And it's Cam Clark lining up the free kick. About 35 yards out. Looks for the tall timber in the box. It looks back post to throw for, but H claims that quite cleanly and quite simply in goal and rolls it out. Or puts Hine under a little bit of pressure there, the new right back, substitute right back for University. It can be the worry when you're trying to get play moving again quickly, is that you put some of your teammates in a little bit of trouble as you don't have the full picture of what's going on, but they got away with it somewhat there. They pick up the ball again here. Charlie Bailey there. Morganiwa comes back to Dominic Madden, who's able to get past Jimenez. Few tight challenges coming in from universities now. Just sticking a leg out and diving in. I guarantee the coaching staff will not be happy about that. Comes out to Whitwell here on the left-hand side. Who's he looking to bring into play? Ends up just losing the ball, but then following Lucas to try and get it back, and it comes all the way back to Tom Stevens. Fine, straight away gives it away to Hamish Campman, who tries to look in behind for Stu Campbell, but Campbell did not read that. He was looking for it to chest or to feet, not quite in behind. Play just being stopped here so that Callum Smith may receive some attention in the middle of the park. Unsure what happened there. I didn't see anything that really occurred with him. It could just be a muscular pain or something that's happened. Luke Whitwell really geeing up the crowd on this side. Looked like it was a bit of that magic water there for Callum Smith. Took a drink of water and he's back on his feet. But he does have to make his way off, as he did get attention coming on, medical attention onto the pitch, so he'll have to go off and wait to be allowed back onto the field. Mike Kellick just holding up the play for that little bit longer. And in it comes, Hamish Campman with the throw. Josh Lucas with the easy clearance there as Nick Smith picks it up. Miscues that ball, which I do believe was meant to go over to Charlie Peacock, but only made it as far as Hunter Hine. Callum Smith makes his way back onto the field after being given the clearance from the fourth official, Aaron Nottage. Ball gets cleared again. Threadwell gets onto it. He has been very good with that hold-up play today, has Threadwell. Looks to go in behind to Mwanganiwa. He flicks it over Kobe's head, and Hunter Hine gets back in very well there as cover. As Kobe drives on, able to beat Mwanganiwa. Plays it forward to Canterbury, who had plenty of time. And that's forward there by Bailey, and he finds Luke Whitwell on this left-hand side. Already looks very lively on this left-hand side from the few touches that he's had so far. Tries to put the ball in, but it gets cleared out by the Roslyn players. Campman now moving forward to take this throw-in. Less than 20 minutes remaining left of ordinary time here at English Park. We are still 0-0, which means the tie on aggregate is still 2-2. So if it does stay like this, I do believe that it goes to extra time and penalties, which would make it incredibly interesting if it's not already for you. Very engrossing game this. There is a lot happening at all times. A lot of the crowd here today were already at the Christchurch United versus Wellington Phoenix Reserves game out at Yellow's Park, which kicked off at 12:30 today. A game which perhaps didn't have quite as much riding on it, but Christchurch United came out as 2-0 victors in that game. Quite a professional job done by them, as you would expect from Christchurch United at this point. Now, the speed of this game isn't quite as high as that, but it is incredibly engrossing considering how much is actually on the table in this as a result of this tie. As the uni team rotate it around the back, Charlie Kirby picks it up. Nick Smith on it now. It's closed down by Nathan Wilkie. Finds Hunter Hine on his right-hand side. He's got a bunch of space in front of him, and he takes it. He's moving forward now. Plays it to Charlie Peacock, who gets by Luke Salisbury. Tries to beat him again. Oh, almost comes through. All three of them there. Stu Campbell cannot get any pace on that header, and it falls straight into the hands of Tom Stevens, who then bowls it out to Callum Smith. Ennis going over to close him off. Mwanganiwa back to Smith, to Madden, who then finds Cosgrove. Cosgrove finds the right back, Cam Clark, as Whitwell goes and closes him down, who finds Cosgrove again. Whitwell working as hard as he has, just got on the pitch, so he should have the energy too. Clark plays it straight into Campman and out for a throw-in. Clark definitely taking his time to pick that one up. Wonder if they're already playing for extra time or they're already just a little bit tired because of the bigger pitch here at English Park than what Ellis Park is down in Dunedin, the normal home ground. Ball comes out to Callum Smith, who does have a dangerous left foot. They wouldn't want to let him in too much. H palms it out, but it is cleared by Universities again. Madden picks up the ball here and is tried to be tackled by Bailey. Hemi Ennis gives away a foul about 8 yards outside the 18-yard box. So we're talking 25, 26 yards out from goal. And there's a few players that would... Oh, no, it's a bit further out than that. It's about 30-ish yards out from goal. I'm wondering if Callum Smith would like to have a go at this one. Again, he does have the technique to be able to hit them from here. Be interesting to see if he just tries to dink it into that far post sort of area, or whether to go for goal and look for the parry and then the follow-up to get it into the net after that. Oh no, it does neither. Comes out to Cam Clark at right back, who I'm not sure what that was. I think he was trying to cross it and completely messed it up, and it's gone out for a goal kick to University. It was definitely neither a cross nor a shot, and it's just floated straight out for a goal kick. Edgerton struggling to get the ball to hold still there due to this wind. Not the first time I've seen that in this game. But he hits it long or does not quite find Peacock, who's looking for McGuinness there. Madden wins it in the midfield there. Innes gets on it again, chased down by Smith, who tries to put it in behind for Peacock, who's pressuring his man there. Goes back to Tom Stevens, who then goes long. Hine heads it clear, but it goes straight to Nathan Wilkie again. Straight back to Hine, who then goes around and picks it up again. That's great movement there by Hunter. And Charlie Bailey has a bit of a snapshot volley. Goes just wide of the keeper's right-hand post. Only about 13 minutes to go now. Oh, 12 minutes plus stoppage time. Tom Stevens with the goal kick. Goes long once again. Charlie Bailey gets up for it and does very well. Whitwell challenging Lucas there. Full bloody challenge that one was. Threadwell trying to chase it and get a hold of it, but it goes out for a throw in, which Hamish Campman will take on this left-hand side. Plays it down the line for Whitwell, tries to flick it on. Campbell does get a hold of it, plays it inside to Charlie Bailey, and Whitwell onto it again, who tries to chip the keeper. Tom Stevens gets back and holds onto it. Relatively comfortable in the end. Not a bad idea though by Whitwell. The keeper was a little bit off his line. Always worth a chance. You never know if he is going to actually get back in time. But on that case, he does so. Drops at his feet and goes long again as Charlie Bailey gets collected there by Nathan Wilkie from behind. Very late, a little bit late in my opinion. Gets a talking to from referee Mike Killick. Looks like Saul Preshner ready to come on for Universities there on the sideline. As we play on, Charlie Kirby on the ball. He's got a lot of space and time. Plays it over to Charlie Peacock on the far side. That is a very handy ball. Peacock's juggling it about, cannot get past by Salisbury. As Smith picks up the ball here, Nick Smith for Uni. However, he loses it out. Threadwell plays to Cosgrove, who then just looks like he's running for the corner. Gets interrupted by Charlie Kirby, who then, Cosgrove then wins it back from him once more. Whitwell pushes on Cam Clark and wins the ball from him. And then drives forward, keeps driving forward. Almost looks like he waits for Cam Clark to catch up there, and probably his players, his teammates in the middle of the park. Plays Hemi Innes, who gets it taken from him by Nathan Wilkie. Cosgrove plays it out to Callum Smith now. Tries to play it over the top for Wanganiwa. Unfortunately unable to get onto it. Here's Salisbury on the ball now. Looks to Tom Stevens and looks to just take the sting out of it for a minute or two. As Stevens once again does take his time in on it, and Tom on the ball now. Looks forward to Wanganiwa. Nick Smith loses it out to Wanganiwa as Hunter Hine goes over to pick him up. Callum Smith gets the ball in the box, but is a bit of a nothing ball. Clearance doesn't go very far from Charlie Kirby either, but he was on his wrong foot there. And then wins the challenge. It looked like there might have been a University throw there, but referee Mike Killick gives it the way of Roslyn Wakari. As Nathan Wilkie comes over to take it, and Josh Lucas goes up into the box. I would expect a nice big long throw once again here by Nathan Wilkie, as there is not a player anywhere near him to throw it to. Here he comes into the box, and like I said, it is a big throw. Kirby gets a head on it, Cosgrove on it, gets a snapshot. Looks like it was going wide, but Aitchison, not to know that, needed to make sure, palms it out for another corner kick, which Callum Smith is going over to take for Roslyn Wakari. Saw pressure on the UC bench, still looking like he's about to come on. Has been for a wee while now. And unless I am mistaken, I do believe that is Anthony O'Connor, the head coach of the university side, has just turned up at the university's bench to watch the final about 10 minutes of this game. Coming straight from the airport, having just flown 30 hours from Munich. Flight delays, unfortunately, holding him up a little bit. He was hoping to be here for the start of this game, unfortunately not able to. But he is here now, just in time to see Roslyn Wakari have a corner for Callum Smith to take once again, this time from the left-hand side. Puts a low corner in, not a bad corner though. Comes back out to him, puts it in right-footed this time, his weaker foot. Fortunately skims off the head of Josh Lucas and out for a goal kick. And they're finally able to make the change that they've been wanting to for a while. Off goes Hemi Innes, which is a bit of a surprise. And on comes Saul Preshner. I must say that is a little bit of a shock for me because Hemi is one of their more key players, but perhaps he's carrying a little bit of a niggle or something like that. It's just absolutely tired out and have asked for it. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen what the cause is for that. But Saul Preshner's come on, who is a good player, has played a lot of positions for the uni side, especially this year. He's played some centre mid, some striker. So definitely not a poor player by any means. It'll be interesting to see how he can affect this game. He is definitely a hard worker. So that might be the cause for him coming on. Wanganiwa to Cam Clark. Shut down by Charlie Peacock, who has switched sides now with Luke Whitwell. Campman able to tackle Wanganiwa there, but it goes out for a Roslyn throw. Clark on it. Clark to find Wanganiwa. Campman wins it off him. Finds Peacock and wins a throw with the ball bouncing out off Cosgrove. Just over 5 minutes plus extra time until this game is finished to go. And I say finished, if it stays like this, we could have extra time and even penalties if it goes on because the scores are still level. Campman tries to find Campbell, who does find Whitwell out wide, out on the right-hand side. He cuts in onto his stronger left foot, tries to put it in. Charlie Bailey! Oh, finds a little bit of space there, but it just goes wide of the right-hand upright. They'll be disappointed by that. As now Roslyn Wakari are making a sub. Luke Salisbury to go off. And Ben Williams-Davies to come on. Perhaps just looking to shore things up there. So goal kick here for Roslyn Wakari. Tom Stevens lining it up. Goes as long as he can again. Charlie Bailey wins that. Luke Whitwell off in a big race up against Callum Smith there. The ball wins it. Ball comes off Smith, out of play. Hunter Hine to take the throw in for Universities. Whitwell finds Hine again. Off the back of the Roslyn defender, and Madden's able to clear it up. Nick Smith gets onto it again. Whitwell picks the ball up in that half space, gets past two. He's in, trying to find a little bit of space for a shot there. Gets the shot off, but it comes off a Roslyn defender and straight into Stevens' hands. As the ball's out to Callum Smith. And the new player on the field, Ben Williams-Davies, gets a foul for his side there. So it looks like Callum Smith has moved to left back, which is a comfortable position for him as he'd played a lot there for Ferrymead Bays when he was still up in Christchurch over the last couple of years. The ball is played forward to Morganiwa, tries to turn inside but does not quite come off for him. Nick Smith on the ball there, who plays a lovely little ball out to Hamish Campman on the left, in the left back area. Peacock picks it up, looks to go forward, being chased down by Nathan Wilkie, who does not quite catch up with him. Peacock's still there with the ball. Peacock cuts it back. Oh my goodness me. Very, very close there by Universities again. And it is a corner ball. One wrong move there, and that could have been an own goal for Roslyn, or it could have been just a regular goal for one of the Universities players that were in there. But very enterprising play there from Charlie Peacock. Really trying to step on the gas now and get the goal that could finish off this tie with only 3.5 minutes of regular time to play. Or 2.5 minutes, I should say. Oh, 2 minutes of regular time. Well, lining up the corner here from this left-hand side for Uni. One of the few they've had in this half. It's a low one that comes in. Cam Clark clears it. Comes out to Hunter Hine. Outside foots it and mistimes it. Charlie Bailey on it there. Gets past a few players, just dancing his way through. And picks up a foul for his side. That's very well done there. I thought he was in a lot of bother in that position and was looking to give away the ball, but he's managed to get through it absolutely fine. And he's won a foul for his team. Nick Smith standing over the top of it. As we get Charlie Kirby, Stu Campbell and the like in the box. Plays it in, and it comes to Charlie Bailey, who heads it well over the bar. Into the last minute of normal time here at English Park. Still 0-0 and still 2-2 over the two legs here today. Long ball by Tom Stevens from the goal kick. Threadwell gets up for it. Seems to have dropped further back as this game has gone on. Pressure tries to look for Campbell again. As Whitwell tries to get onto the end of it. Oh, and he does get on the end of it. And the keeper's got it here. Keeper just being asked to hold on to the ball for a moment. And we're about to see how many added minutes in this second half as well. 3 added minutes into the second half. Which could be added a little bit onto, considering this injury. So just wait for the physio to look over. I think that's Shay Tom on the ground. And this will also be added onto the 3 minutes extra that Aaron Nottage showed for everybody. But Shay Tom will need to go off the field until he's cleared to come back on by the refereeing team. And it is goalkeeper's ball. And it's dropped for Stevens. And by the way he's behaving right there, he is more than happy for it to go into that extra time. Saul Preshner gets onto it there. Very well done as Luke Whitwell is chasing it down into that corner. Stu Campbell's pressuring Stevens. And the ball goes almost straight up. And Preshner, one of the smallest men on the field, picks it up. Whitwell wins the second ball. Finds Nick Smith, who finds Charlie Peacock out on this left-hand side. Loses the ball a little bit. Hamish Campman in the middle of the park now. Back to Peacock. Looks to come inside. Is pressured. Threadwell getting onto him as well. Back to Bailey, who finds Preshner out on this right-hand side now. Pressure 1-2s with Whitwell, but can't quite get on the end of that 1-2 in the end. Really trying to push it home for this last-minute winner, University. They've been on top for the last 5 or so minutes. But they need to get this goal to avoid the extra time and the lotto, I guess, that is penalty shootouts. It plays it up. Threadwell wins the ball in the air over pressure. Hunter Hine picks up the ball in this right-back position. Looks up down the line. Sees Whitwell there. Whitwell picks it up. Plays it inside to Charlie Bailey, who then gets fouled by Callum Smith for Roslyn. This could be the final roll of the dice for Uni, so they can get out of it without going into extra time. And here comes the ball in from Nick Smith. It's a flat one. Well cleared there by Shay Tom. 2 balls on the pitch there at the moment. And a free kick there for Roslyn Wakari. A little bit too much off the ball there by, I think, Charlie Peacock it was. And free kick here in the defensive third for Shay Tom, it looks like. Plays it straight up the line, finds Dominic Madden, who then flicks it on for Williams Davies. Final whistle must go at any moment here now, but Roslyn Wakari on the attack. Great challenge there by Hunter Hine, who picks it up on the run and heads forward, finds Whitwell, and that is the full-time whistle for now. So we are going into 15 minutes each way of added time. If there's still no winner at the end of that, we will look forward to a penalty shootout between these two sides. That's 0-0 at full-time in the Southern League playoff second leg at English Park. We'll see you in about 5 minutes' time. Welcome back once again to English Park in the second leg of this Southern League playoff between Universities and Roslyn Wakari AFC. It was 0-0 at full time, which means we are now into extra time, considering the first leg was 2-2, so aggregate score is 2-2. As we're looking to go into extra time, 15 minutes each way to see if we can come up with a goal or a winner, or to come up with a winner today. Otherwise, if there's no goal scored in the next half an hour, we will go to a penalty shootout. And who knows what can happen in a penalty shootout. It is an absolute lottery. University to kick off here with Stu Campbell. Plays back straight away. Looks like Nick Threadwell has gone higher up straight away for Roslyn. Hunter plays it in and it gets cleared there by Nathan Wilkie, who appears to have slotted in now at left back. He's played a few different positions today, it would seem, Nathan Wilkie. Callum Smith gets on the ball there. Wanganiwa loses the ball out there to Hunter Hine. Nick Smith, who then opens it up, plays it back to Charlie Kirby, who finds Hamish Campman in space in the left back area, who touches it forward, plays forward, tries to look for Stu Campbell, but unable to, cut out there by Josh Lucas. Who then comes forward. Campman can't quite cut that pass out. But Max McGuinness can cut that one out. And Wilkie getting above Luke Whitwell there. Wanganiwa picks it up. Luke Whitwell nabs it off him. Dribbles inside, plays it off to Charlie Bailey here now. Charlie Bailey with some space just outside the box. Running into no man's land really. Saul Pressner cuts it back inside for Nick Smith. Looked to be lining up a shot, decides against it, finds Stu Campbell. Comes out to Hunter Hines. Stu Campbell again with it on this right hand side. Inside to Nick Smith, who blasts it into Shea Tom and out for a University's corner in the first minute and a half in extra time here. Now it looks for this one that Universities have started the stronger in this extra time period, which is a little bit of the opposite of what happened after breaks in the first 90 minutes of the game. At the start of the game and at the start of the second half, Roslyn Wakari looked the stronger, but it looks like Uni have come out the stronger in the first few minutes of this half. Pressner sends it into the box, a relatively poor ball in by his standards. Hunter Hine tries to get for it, but Mwanga Niwa able to get onto it and clear it. Max McGuinness being chased down here by Williams Davies. But has collected it gone out for a throw there, and Hunter Hine picks it up to take the throw. Nice big throw there. Finds Stu Campbell. Up rather than out there by Nathan Wilkie, but it does go out, so it was up and out by Nathan Wilkie. Hunter Hine to take the throw again. Another throw down the line. Finds Whitwell's chest, who manages to keep hold of that ball there. He's dribbled through 3 players on his own there, has Whitwell. Continues going on. Cuts it back inside. Tries to put the ball in the box, but it's cleared pretty comfortably by Josh Lucas there. Hine headers it out, only finds Mwanga Niwa's chest. And Williams Davies on the ball now. Finds Threadwell. Tries to find Cosgrove, but well cut out by Charlie Bailey there. Hine on the ball now. Plays it down the line for Whitwell. Manages to get past his player. And Hine picks it up. Few Universities players running forward to try and get on the end of this one now. Whitwell still on the ball, on the ball again, I should say. Charlie Bailey pressuring in as he does. And the ball comes clear to Max McGuinness. Plays it forward, but it only finds the feet of Shay Tom of Roslyn Wakari at centre back. Hunter Hine with the ball continues. Mwanga Niwa looks like he may have hurt himself going backwards there. Stu Campbell playing a little flick. Didn't go to anyone in particular in that stance. Breshner tries to find Whitwell, but it goes out for a throw into Roslyn. Wilkie now to take the throw, and he has got a large throw on him. But Mwanga Niwa has gone down and is pulling himself off the pitch. As it is play on. Temporary playing with 10 men. Roslyn. For some reason not making that sub. He does look ready on that far side, but they haven't pulled the trigger on actually making that sub yet. Williams Davies trying to cause trouble in there for University's right hand side. Campman now has space in front of him to travel. Moves forward with it. Peacock lets it run past him. Gets by Cam Clark now. And he is in behind. Plays through. Oh, it has gone out for a throw in. That is unfortunate for the University side. Must have only just gone out, but whether it's by an inch or a mile, out is out. Call has been made. You continue on. And Mwanga Niwa has brought himself back on the pitch. I'm guessing so they can slow the game down again to make the sub that they were trying to make earlier. And it does look like they are trying to make that change now. Just trying to see who the player is that's coming on to the pitch. Fourth official has not put the substitution board up at this point. Looks like a double change here from Roslyn Wakari, actually. Shamal Boric taking the place of Simba Mwanga Niwa. And Callum Smith off for Flynn Ranches. And it looks like Threadwell already dropping in to make way for Ranches, who has moved higher up the pitch. Interesting to see Callum Smith coming off. Campman looking like he was limping a little bit coming out of that challenge. And a free kick here. About 5 to 8 yards outside of the University's box. Could be a good chance here for Roslyn Wakari to get something on the board. But Cameron has stayed down this time. I think it might still be from the little challenge just before the free kick was given. And it does look as though they're getting Pero Foreman ready to come onto the pitch as well. Universities. The South Canterbury chap who came up joined Nomads United in the CPL, their reserve squad, their under-20 squad, and then made the choice to switch over to uni about halfway through the season. In comes the free kick. Ooh. And that looked like it missed everyone. No, it has taken a University's head and gone out for a Roslyn Wakari throw. A very good challenge there by Charlie Bailey. Plays it inside for Stu Campbell. Finds Luke Whitwell, who tries to put it in behind for Hunter Hine. Almost gets there. Shay Tom able to clear it out for a University's throw in with just over 5 minutes left to go in this period of extra time. Hunter Hine with the throw in tries to find Charlie Bailey down the line and in behind. And the ball goes out for a corner ball to Universities. Could this be the time that they get the goal that they need to edge themselves in front in this tie? As the students are getting more and more rowdy down to the commentary's left-hand side, getting more and more excited, looking forward to what they hope will be a University's win and promotion to the Southern League. Ball comes in from Charlie Peacock. It's a front post one. Charlie Bailey has a shot, and it's saved there by Tom Stevens. Good, relatively point-blank save. Nick Smith saw pressure. Oh, and it's come off the head of the goalkeeper, but he was offside anyway. And play is stopped for a head injury, which we do not take as any kind of joke here in any form. Head injuries can be very, very dangerous very quickly. So the moment one happens, play needs to stop, and it does so here. And they go and check on him straight away. The physio is straight onto the pitch to check up on him and see how he is. And substitutions here from University. Stu Campbell off. And Perry Foreman on. Perry Foreman, a natural battering ram of a striker. So there is no surprises that this is the change here. Very similar kinds of strikers. Big, tall, strong. Perry Foreman has played most of his life at striker, whereas Stu Campbell has moved all around the field and is just smart enough to know what to do as a striker. As we just wait here for Tom Stevens to come right from his head, or potentially, if needed, a substitution made. Mike Killick just giving him the final check-up questions to make sure that he is actually okay to play on. And we are good to go. About 3, maybe with 1 or 2 added extra minutes onto this half of extra time. Bounces out to Hamish Catman. Gets put under pressure, but plays the ball down the line looking for Charlie Peacock. Unfortunately not able to find him before the ball goes out for University. Cam Clark with the throw in. Fluminense is causing some trouble there in the University back line. Nathan Wilkie making his way over for the throw-in. Always causes a little bit of a panic when there's a long throw coming into the box. There's no two ways about that. Has a very different trajectory and different speed than what corners do, so it can be a little bit trickier. But it is cleared well by Charlie Kirby there, out for another throw-in. Nathan Wilkie stops to tie up his shoelace. Could be doing it naturally, but Renches looking for the short option there, maybe to pull a player outside of the box for Uni, but gets cleared out there. Renches picks it up, Wilkie then gets it, and it goes out for a UC throw on their defensive left-hand side. Campman to throw the ball back in for Universities. Throws it down the line, looking for Peacock, who does come out with it. Does very, very well there to come out with it. Tries to find Foreman, but it is cut out. Plays out here to Hunter Hine, who travels forward. Got a bit of space in front of him. And looks for Saul Preston. Doesn't quite find his feet. But Perry Foreman there backing up. Shea Tom forced to play it straight out for another University throw, which Saul Preston looks to take. Excuse me there. Found Perry Foreman, and it comes out again. Saul Preston to take the throw once more. No, Hunter Hine comes up, and he gets onto it to take the throw. He'll possibly be looking for Perro again. Perry Foreman. This time it's cleared out by Shea Tom, and cleared out even further. Williams Davis there tries to get it on for Renches. Charlie Kirby does well to get his body in between Renches and the ball there, and plays it off Renches for a University throw. Hine plays it down the line to Whitwell. Whitwell gets tackled there by Boric. Renches, the substitute, plays it straight into Hunter Hine, who then plays it into Cosgrove and gets a throw in off him. Plays a throw to Whitwell. That's a great throw into space to find Whitwell there. And Whitwell had Peacock looking for it, but the ball comes a little bit too late. Charlie Kirby all alone here, up against Williams Davis, but does well enough, gets the ball out for a throw. But Nathan Wilkie will come over and take that throw again, a long one into the box. It's almost half time in extra time at the moment. It'll only be a short turnaround before the second half of extra time. Just a quick chat, and then we'll continue on. Switch ends and continue on. And that goes out for a corner ball to Roslyn Wakari there. The University supporters there counting down for the whistle, but obviously with an attacking corner they don't tend to blow it when there is an attack happening, especially an attacking corner. And it's Shamal Boric, the substitute, coming over to take this corner. I don't think he knew he was meant to take it until about 3 seconds ago. So he's done all right to get over there relatively quickly. University leaving 3 up, which means there's not that many players in the box. Boric plays it in. Well, that looked to be a foul as well, and I think he's going to get the yellow card here, Josh Lucas. Yeah, there's no part of the ball that he collected then whilst taking out Max McGuinness. I think it was Max McGuinness. Not sure if it was him or Charlie Kirby. But certainly took out one of the University's players before getting anywhere near the ball. Plays it to Nick Smith, and it comes out to Max McGuinness, who plays Hunter Hine on his right-hand side. Charlie Bailey loses it. Dominic Madden. Williams Davis there, and Bailey wins it back off him. Well done there by Charlie Bailey. Hine with it. Plays it down the line, tries to find Perry Foreman, can't quite get it under control. Again, the substitute. Oh, and here we go, we're in trouble here. Flint Wrenches. Crossed it over. Fantastic clearance there by Hamish Campman. He's done very well to get himself in between and head that clear. Campman tries to find Foreman again. Very direct play there, which hasn't really been University style this game, but I guess just trying to make it through to half-time in this extra time. No calls there, and it's play on. Charlie Peacock with it, now looking forward, coming into the final third. Oh, that's got to be a foul there by Josh Lucas, and it is. Is this a second yellow card? Yes, it is. Josh Lucas, the centre back for Roslyn Wakari, second yellow card, which it does, of course, equal a red card, and off he goes. Down to 10 men are Roslyn Wakari. Late drama here in extra time in this Southern League playoff second leg. It is just outside the box. Now I wonder if he is okay. He has not gotten up from that. He was landed on by Josh Lucas. Josh Lucas not happy as he exits the field there, swinging the gate with all his might, but he only has himself to blame for that one. Both of them were clear yellow cards. So I don't think he really has a foot to stand on when it comes to complaints. Mike Killick over talking to his fourth official, and there's a yellow card there for one of the Roslyn Wakari coaching staff. Possibly something he said in reaction to the red card. Is there one for the university staff too? I'm wondering if that might be Sam McDonald. He does tend to have a history of getting upset with officials. Actually, I believe he got a card last time we were here at English Park for the playoff leg against FC Nelson. So I do believe that was him getting the yellow card for uni, and there was also one for the Roslyn Wakari coaching staff. But it is a free kick for universities, just outside the box on their left-hand side of the pitch. Looks like Nick Smith to take it. Max McGuinness just coming up into the box now. Perry Foreman at the back post. Charlie Kirby's in there. Charlie Bailey's in there. Luke Whitwell is in there. Charlie Peacock's in there. Saul Preshner just outside the box. Puts it straight into the wall. And that's slightly disappointing. But it comes straight out of play on this right-hand side for a throw into uni. This is a long 15 minutes of extra time, it does have to be said. There has been a lot of stoppages in this half, so I can understand, but there's been now 6 minutes of added time in a 15-minute half. So I find that really quite interesting. And that ball comes to Perry Foreman, it's that in! What is going on here? I cannot hear a whistle, so I'm not sure. Might be a foul. Did the ball go out? It might have been out for a goal kick, potentially. I did not see the linesman put his flag up for a goal kick. I'm still just astounded that this is still going. We're now over 6.5 added minutes into this first half of added time in this extra time. Now coming up on 7 minutes, but like I said, there has been a lot of stoppages in this half, so we'll see what's happening here with Nick Threadwell, whether he's going to be able to continue. It's either a foul or a goal to Roslyn Wakari. I can't see it being any other. What have they called it? Corner. No, it's a goal kick. There we go. It's all worked out in the end. Yeah, it does look to be a head injury for Nick Threadwell there. I hope he's actually being checked out and not being told that he's okay to go back on without, just because the team needs him. As a long-term sufferer of a brain injury, I really hope that they look after that. Look after those issues properly. Because I promise you they can be long-term. Falls to his feet, Hunter Hine plays it inside, but comes to Flint Wrenches. All he can do is play it into Luke Whitwell. We are now 8 minutes of added time into extra time, so a total of 23 minutes for a period of play that was only meant to last 15. Charlie Bailey tries to find self pressure inside, but unable to. Nathan Wilkie picks it up. Still got energy, does Nathan Wilkie. Zigzagging and getting all the way over to the far end of the pitch. The way that he's run there does make it look like that he's just looking to waste time, which is very interesting to me with this long still until penalty shootouts. Perry Foreman there battling away for Universities. And there is half time in added time. 24 minutes of a period of football meant to last 15 plus added. A lot of stoppages in that half. So we'll see you again in 1 or 2 minutes for the second half of added time here at English Park in the Southern League Playoff League 2. And almost straight away we're back into the action here at English Park for the second half of added time here in the Southern League Playoff second leg. And Roslyn get us underway. 15 minutes stands in between these two teams and a berth in the Southern League for next season. But it could go down to penalties added in as well. Some high drama here between these two sides. That last 15-minute period ended up at about 24 minutes long because of injuries and tiredness and all that sort of thing. Charlie Kirby drives it forward. Now looks for Perry Foreman. Nick Threadwell looks to be almost getting around on one leg at this point, but he does get to the clearance there. It's a University's corner. Again, first minute here, they've started it well, have Universities. Putting Roslyn under pressure straight away. Ball, Charlie Peacock gets it in. It's another low one. It goes out for another corner. The set pieces from both sides today have been relatively poor, it would seem. A lot of them sticking low or going straight out. It can be a tactic to keep them low, but I think if you're not beating the first man, then it's going to be a little bit of trouble. You're not going to get too far. That's a better bet. Or Max McGuinness there, heading it over the bar, getting to it, meeting it at pace, but leaning backwards, diverting the ball over the bar for a goal kick. University fans giving a rousing verse of goodbye to Josh Lucas, who was sent off for Roslyn Wakari. So it is 11 v 10 at the moment to Uni, so you would think they should dominate this. Threadwell going down at the hands of Perry Foreman there, but not staying down this time. Realised he didn't get the foul and thought he would better get up and move on. It comes out to Hunter Hine here. Plays it inside, looking for Whitwell, unable to get it to him. McGuinness, Bailey, Smith. Plays it back out to Hine. Finds Whitwell down the line. Oh, doesn't quite find him, I should say. Boric gets to it first. Plays it off Whitwell and out for a Roslyn throw. Good throw there by Boric, straight down the line. And comes back to Boric again, who plays it down the line once again for Max McGuinness to pick up. Plays Kirby, who then drives forward, uses the space that's ahead of him. And then looks for Charlie Peacock in behind. Can Peacock make it there? He can indeed, he gets there. Puts a cross into the box, Perry Foreman over the bar by Perry Foreman. There wasn't the easiest of chances, but a chance is a chance is a chance. So could they be ruining that chance in 12 to 20 minutes time, depending on how long this half of extra time goes for? Very good play there by Charlie Kirby to find Peacock on this left-hand side in that amount of space. Enough time and space that Peacock could get onto his right foot to then cross it in for Foreman, who then just edged it over the top of the bar for a goal kick. Here is Stevens. Looks long once again. Cosgrove gets on the end of it. That's very well done. Wilkie tries to find Williams Davies there. Does find him. Between Campman and Bailey, they get a hold of the ball there. Campman coming forward now. Sort of toe poke left-footed pass there that didn't really go to anyone. And a foul given away there by Charlie Bailey in the midfield. A little bit of a soft one, I thought, there. But a foul is a foul at the end of the day. It is still technically a foul. Cam Clark on this one. Plays it down the line to Ben Williams-Davies. Well cut out there by Hamish Campman in the end. As it comes out for a throw-in. Once again for Roslyn Wakari and Cam Clark. Ventures. Williams-Davies receives it on his chest and does well holding the ball up. Tries to get past Charlie Kirby, unable to. And Campman with the throw-in. Finds Nick Smith. He's got a bit of space here. Plays long ball, looking for Luke Whitwell. It was not a good long ball. Did not come off. Charlie Kirby heads it up. Saw pressure. About 4 foot nothing, but has springs in his legs, so can make those sort of headers. Ball comes out there to Nathan Wilkie. Wilkie on it again. Comes inside for Cosgrove. Threadwell, who still looks like he's struggling to move properly there. You can see him limping after he plays that pass. Cam Clark down the line for Flint Wrenches. Campman has the ball with it. Almost loses it there, though, Campman. So he's got to be a bit more careful in protecting the ball in that situation for Universities. Foreman gets on the ball. Well, he's had a bit of a battering ram is Perry Foreman. Peacock with the outside of his foot looking for Saul pressure. Shea Tom comfortably gets there first, and what's he going to do with it? He runs it straight out of play. Very well shepherded there by Saul Pressure. Charlie Peacock cuts it back. Shea Tom intercepts there and puts it out for a corner. 6.5 minutes gone in the second half of added time. Or extra time, if you will. Charlie Peacock once again lining up the ball. Put this in the box. Again, a low one into the box, comes out to Nick Smith. Does let go, but it's blocked there by Rangers. And Wilkie breaks free with it, but has not much other chance to do than to just hit it down the line where Hine picks it up. Ball comes over, Charlie Bailey picks it up, finds Whitwell down the line. Is that a foul? No, against Whitwell. Comes back, does Shea Tom, and the ball goes out for a corner, but Shea Tom stays down here. Could he have hurt himself overextending there? Not sure if there's any subs left for either team at this point, I don't think. So if he does go down, they could be down to 9 players. I'm sure he would prefer to stay on and get through it, which he does. And Pressner lining up this corner. That's a good ball in, well cleared there by Madden. Peacock trying to get that volley in, nothing doing. Still got it. But it is cleared there for Williams Davies. Did look like he was offside there for a touch, but linesman says no offside doing, he's fine. Over those 2 players for Universities are offside. Luke Whitwell comes herring from the other side of the pitch to chase that down for the keeper, put some pressure on him. Campman there. Plays this Nick Smith, who then promptly gives it straight to the Roslyn Wakari player. Well done there by Boric. Cam Clark on the ball now. Tries to play it down the line to Rangers. Campman picks it up, but then loses it out to Cosgrove. A bit of danger here for Williams Davis. Goes over the bar. No real harm to Matthew Aitchison's goal there. Gets the ball back into play relatively quickly, as you would expect at this point of a game. Nick Smith tries to find Charlie Peacock, who slightly miscontrols it, goes out for a Roslyn Wakari throw-in. Cam Clark to take the throw in here. Junior boys are getting more and more drinks in and becoming more and more rowdy. It's good to see. As long as they don't go over the top, we love to see it. Saw Pressner there getting in and getting involved with Sam Cosgrove. Oh, I'm not sure about that call by the linesman. No, he has changed his call and gone the other way. He's done well there, the linesman. He's admitted his error and switched it around straight away. That's what you like to see in officials. Nick Smith goes in 1v1 versus Shea Tom there. Very well done. Hamish Campman looks for Pero Foreman, who gets a touch in ahead of Threadwell. He does very well there. 1v1 v Cam Clark now. Gets around him, puts it into the box. Only to a Roslyn defender. I feel like if you only want to finish this in the next 4.5, 5 minutes, they really need to flood that box area a little bit more when the ball goes in those wider areas. Throw in to Nick Smith. Is he going to look for Whitwell early? He does, but the ball is a poor one. Sending him backwards rather than forwards there, unfortunately, for Universities. And Kirby onto it now. Strides forward into space. Plays a cross ball. Does that make it to Whitwell? Almost. Nathan Wilkie just cutting it out. Would have been in big trouble there, Roslyn Wakari, if Whitwell had gotten onto the ball. He's already shown how dangerous he is as a player, especially when he's got just a little bit of space to move into. Ball's cleared once again. And Hine takes the throw in once more. Whitwell picks it up. Smith on it. Plays McGuinness. And Kirby can then once again take some space going forward. Peacock on it now. Takes a shot. Relatively poor shot. Definitely taking his time now, Tom Stevens. Why wouldn't you? 3 minutes or so to go. You're down to 10 men. Try and take up every moment you can at this point. You can't begrudge him for that. Nick Smith picks it up. Hamish Campman on this left-hand side. Takes it forward a few touches. Finds Peacock. I'm surprised to see that Whitwell and Peacock haven't switched wings more often in this second half. McGuinness strides forward on the ball. Plays it back inside for Smith. Is he going to try and find Campman? Yes, he does. Almost goes out there. Slightly poor touch for Hamish Campman. And he comes back again for Kirby. To McGuinness. McGuinness to Hine. Just playing along the back line there, switching the ball out. Hine has it again. Finds Whitwell out wide. Unfortunately, right foot not good enough there for him. Plays it into Shea Tom. Charlie Bailey, back to Whitwell. Plays out the outside of his left. Charlie Kirby. Not so strong on his right foot, decides to go against the shot. Oh! Going for a penalty there were Universities, but nothing doing. Out for a goal kick. Minute and a half plus added time in this second half of extra time. Tom Stevens certainly taking his time to bring this ball back into play. I think the first half of extra time showed that the officials say are not shy to put in as much extra time or injury time or added time as needed for these. So there's not much point in doing that except to just break up the University's play. Perry Foreman flicking it on for Charlie Peacock. That could be a foul there, it is. Showing too much of going for the player there, Charlie Peacock, instead of the ball, I think. Foreman tries to get Roslyn Wakari moving by bringing the ball back and putting it on the spot. And Tom Stevens takes his time still again. 15 seconds of added time, of time left until added time. And I am watching the fourth official with some curiosity to see how long he's going to add on to it. Comes over to Whitwell on this right-hand side. Only 1 minute of added time this time instead of 8. Ball goes through for a University throw-in on this near side now. Finds Kirby. Bailey. Smith. Smith to Preshner. Preshner playing it through to Hine. Puts a ball in the box. Oh, and Peacock over the bar. And that will pretty much be full time altogether, which means we will be going to penalties unless something happens in the next few seconds, really. Unless Tom Stevens turns around and kicks it into his own goal, I dare say we might be into full time. We'll give it a few moments after full time before we get into penalties. And a very good 0-0 draw. It's been very entertaining. It's been chances for both sides, but a lot of the game has been played in the middle of the park. And here we go. Could this be the last chance to learn? Charlie Peacock. Straight to the keeper. He has scored from that sort of angle. Before. And that is full time there. So we will go into penalties in the Southern League playoff second leg after a 2-2 draw in the first leg down in Dunedin. A 0-0 draw here today after extra time. So it will be penalties, and we'll be back with you in just a moment to take you through those penalties. here we are. It all comes down to this in the South Island playoff second leg between Universities AFC and Roslyn Wakari AFC. 2-2 in the first leg a week ago down in Dunedin at Ellis Park, and 0-0 here today at English Park between these two sides. And it comes down to this. It comes down to penalties between these two sides to see who can get promotion to the Southern League in 2024. Will be an interesting one. They are choosing the end, so the kickers are facing the sun, which makes it interesting, and we see a lot of the crowd moving down to that far end. Definitely the more boisterous of the lot, the uni students heading down. A lot of the reserve team players there, I see actually, some of the coaching staff heading down to that end of the northern end of English Park, so as to be able to get a close-up on the penalties. And what agony this would be for the team who does end up missing out on the Southern League, going out by penalties. It's probably one of the worst ways not to achieve the goals set out for the season, as I believe both of these teams had qualification to the Southern League in mind at the start of the year. It would be very tough for them to go down via penalty shootout to stay down in their respective leagues, the SFL and the CPL in Christchurch. Here we have Ben Williams-Davies stepping up for Roslyn Wakari up against Matthew Aitchison in goal for the Universities. Mike Kelly just having a word to the supporters to make sure they're staying away from the goal and not distracting the kickers too much. Nail-biting times for both coaching staffs here and those still on the bench. And probably for Josh Lucas, who received a red card at the end of the second half of ordinary time. In comes Williams-Davies, slots it into the bottom left corner. He gets his penalty. 1-0 in the shootout to Roslyn Wakari. Up steps that looks to be Charlie Peacock. Just a long walk from the halfway line, especially if you don't get it right. If you stuff your penalty up and it gets saved, it's a long walk back. Especially because you're feeling like you've already let your team down. So both him and his team, Charlie Peacock, will be hoping that he buries this one, as he pops it on the spot. Silence around the ground as he lines it up. And in he comes now, steps up, and it's saved by Tom Stevens in the Roslyn Wakari goal. Goes bottom left, not quite in the corner. Relatively poor penalty by Charlie Peacock. Well saved though by Tom Stevens. No matter how good or bad the penalty is, it's still got to be saved at the end of the day. Tom Stevens gets down well to his right to save that one. Nathan Wilkie steps up now for Roslyn Wakari. Can he make this 2-0 to create an advantage for Roslyn Wakari? Puts it on the spot. Steps back now. Matthew Aitchison in the goal for Universities. Wilkie, in he comes. Pops it to the keeper's left-hand side. Very good penalty there by Nathan Wilkie. That's 2-0 now. University have got to make a comeback somehow now for their sake. Looks like Nick Smith striding forward. It is indeed. Spotting the ball down. Tom Stevens already saved one in this shootout. Can he save another for his side? Now I do know at that pen spot that there is a divot right in the middle of that penalty spot at this end of the field, so I think Smith is just trying to avoid that divot so he can hit it properly and sweetly. So he's taking his time to make sure it's all in the right position for himself, and he steps back and lines it up now. Whistle goes, in he comes, and slots it to the keeper's left, just outside of Tom Stevens' reach. Very good penalty there by Nick Smith. He does well. His keeper, Matthew Aitchison, congratulates him for that, and he heads back to halfway. Up steps Sam Cosgrove now for Roslyn Wakari. Diminutive player, has done very well for his team, getting in and involved with the play. Can he make it 3-1 for his side, facing up against Matthew Aitchison for Universities? In he comes. And down to the keeper's right, and Matthew Aitchison saves it. That is a great save there. By Matthew Aitchison. So that keeps it at 2-1 to Roslyn Wakari. Roslyn having taken one penalty extra. Up steps Saul Preschner. First substitute for Uni to take a penalty today. Can he even it up at 2-2 for the University side? Again, just wants to make sure that it doesn't fall into that divot. And has to go back again. I do promise that this is not a ploy to make the goalkeeper wait for the University team. There is a divot in the ground there, and you don't want it to sit in that divot when coming in. Preschner. Cool as you like, Saul Preschner. Side foots it into the keeper's left-hand side. Here's bottom right corner. Didn't hit it overly hard, but was enough to get it by the keeper and into the back of the net. So that is 2-2 after 3 penalties each between Roslyn Wakari and Universities here in this penalty shootout in the second leg of this Southern League playoff. Cam Clark stepping forward now. For Roslyn Wakari, the fullback who's had quite a strong game for them today. Another one trying to sort out the divot that's there on that penalty spot. And in he comes. Almost straight down the middle. I don't think he meant for it to go straight down the middle, hence the shrug of the shoulders afterwards. But it still goes into the back of the net. So it makes it 3-2. That looks like Charlie Bailey making his way forward there now. Again, making sure that the ball is spotted up nicely. It's also very tough to watch from the halfway line still, watching all this happen before you. Even on the coaching staff, it's very tough because you're not really able to influence anything from the coaching box at this point of any tie. But Charlie Bailey here lining it up against Tom Stevens in goal for Roslyn. And no, he's making him wait. Any steps now? Oh, Tom Stevens almost gets there, but it goes straight down the middle. And it does end up in the back of the net for Charlie Bailey. Dominic Madden snapping forward now for Roslyn Wakari. It is 3-3 after 4 penalties each. Could we go into sudden death here? Has had a very good game on the defensive side of things as Dominic Madden. Has cut out a lot of passes and gotten himself about the pitch and gotten in the way of University's play. What can he do here? Can he send them ahead for the... And he comes. Yes, he can. Down to the keeper's left. Straight run up. Opened up his foot and put it down to the left of Matthew Aitchison. And that's 4-3 to Roslyn Wakari. Forward comes Hunter Hine. Not to put any pressure on him, but if he misses this, Roslyn have got the victory. If he gets it, we go into sudden death penalties. Can he handle the pressure here? As he lines it up, doesn't take as long to put it on the spot. In he comes. And he does. Squeezes it by the keeper there. Good penalty there by Hunter Hine. So that's 4-4 after 5 penalties each. We go into sudden death now, which means it is 1 by 1. If one misses and the other gets it, that's the victory. So pressure is on every single kick taker from now. Now, keeping in mind that these are people who did not want to be part of the original kick shootout, did not want to take an original penalty kick. So we will see how they go from here. Shay Tom to take the first penalty for Wakari here. The first sudden death penalty, I should say. And he finished it just to the keeper's left. Easy as you like. And Pero Foreman coming forward for Universities. And a young man, just come up to Christchurch from Timaru to attend uni, was playing for Nomads Reserves in the CPL earlier this season and transferred over to University about halfway through. Can he now keep Universities in with a chance of promotion? Yes, he can. Lovely penalty. Down to the keeper's left again. We're on a bit of a roll here now. That's 5-5 after 6 penalties each. This looks like Flynn Laurentius, the substitute, coming forward for Roslyn Wakari again. Absolutely nail-biting stuff here at English Park. Here we go, he lines it up. Referee Mike Kelly goes back to his spot. And he comes. Matt Aitchison saves it to his right. Big save there, and you can hear the reaction from the crowd. Big save there by Matt Aitchison. Now, who steps forward for Uni? Is it Matt Aitchison himself, goalkeeper versus goalkeeper? He first arrived to Uni as an outfielder, did Matt Aitchison, and then remembered that he was a good goalkeeper and stepped back in, and he's been in goal ever since. Can he seal it now for Universities? Just lining it up, goalkeeper versus goalkeeper. Matt Aitchison versus Tom Stevens. Universities versus Roslyn Wakari. And he comes. Oh, he's tried to paninka it. This is not the time nor place for that, Mr. Aitchison, and it's saved by Tom Stevens. He's tried to pull it out. It has failed. And now he's just hoping that he can save the next couple for University to send them through. Shamal Boric steps forward for Roslyn Wakari. They are still in it. If they don't win this now, Uni, I think Matt Aitchison is going to go run and hide in a corner for the next few days. After that attempt at a penalty, he'll be very disappointed in himself, as will his teammates. Boric now, who misses the goal altogether. Another chance for University. Hamish Campman coming forward. Matt Aitchison, I think, will be praying for this to go in after his attempt. Tis 5-5. Still, both teams having, Roslyn having taken 8 penalties, Universities having taken 7. It's still 5-5. So Hamish Campman here stepping up. Ball spotted down. In he steps. And it goes in. Universities have won it on a penalty shootout. 6-5. My word, what a game of football that was. 0-0. The whole game. Most people don't think that that's entertaining, but there has been chances both sides as the players are swamped by the University faithful. All of the students are through and into the Southern League for 2024, and they'll be absolutely over the moon for that. You can see what it means to the players. You can see what it means to the supporters, to the reserve squad who are out there as well. Incredibly hard-fought battle over 2 legs, both in Dunedin, where it was 2-2, here today at English Park, where it was 0-0 at full time. Extra time came in, still 0-0 after that, penalty shootout. Universities missed their first one. Roslyn missed the third one. Unfortunately, though, Roslyn missed the last 2, whereas University scored 1. So the penalty shootout finishes 6-5 to University. Thank you, everybody, for coming down and enjoying this stream at English Park today, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.